Everyone is Kai from WCC. And next set that's coming out for Vanguard Zero is absolutely huge. We have Majesty Lord Blaster coming out for Royal Paladin. We have Draconic Overlord The End coming out for Kagero. And then finally we have the entire Shadow Paladin clan, which everyone is usually a fan of. They love their edgy paladins. And in terms of like the deck, Royal Paladin is kind of your consistent quick deck that has a strong burst potential. Less consistent now that they've gotten their consistency check hit. So then you've got Draconic Overlord, which is just a super consistent deck with like a cool restander, just less explosive when compared to the other two decks. And Shadow Paladin is like the middle of the two. It has okay explosive potential, it's got retire as well, and has decent consistency when you have a lot of like the mains and all that. But when it comes to the cost of building this deck, it is absolutely insane. Now, we've had 2 months to farm up mats for Royal Paladin and Kagero. So if you farmed a lot, you could technically just jump into the next set and just build them and you're fine. You've got a great deck. But for Shadow Paladin, you do not have that luxury. You just have to crack packs. You've got to throw money at your, you got to throw your wallet somewhere at Bushiroad, and hopefully all you'll get everything. But likely you won't get everything, because if you look at this deck, there is 12 triple R's in this deck, okay? You got 8 of them is your grade 3s, your Phantom Blaster Dragon, and your Phantom Blaster Overlord, that's your cross ride. And then you got 4 more, just they wanted to rub it in, you got 4 more in the grade 2 slot as the main, and all of them are really, really, really good cards. Okay, the main is probably one of the best grade 2s in the game, because it just lets you go through your deck, gets you those nulls, and the more nulls you get, the more winning you get, alright? And then, you know, the cross ride is always good, but yeah, it has to retire now in Zero. The main and Phantom Blaster Dragons and Overlord all got buffed. They have retire, they have crits, and it's just insane. But I'm gonna throw this out there to you in that it's not just these triple R's that are gonna just absolutely stonewall you, okay? You have your grade 2s are absolutely gonna stonewall you as well. Because when you look at this lineup, and you go, okay, I need 4 triple R's in grade 2. What else do I need? Everything else is a double R. Masquerade, double R. Curse Lancer that you really want a lot of is a double R. And your Blaster Dark, you already have 1, but you can run with 1. 1 is fine. Having 2 is just kind of a bit more safe. But he is a double R as well. So your grade 2s are all double R's. Your grade 3s have a huge chunk of them being triple R's that you couldn't really save up your crafting mats for. And then yeah, your grade 1 is your only safety bit there, where you don't need as many double R's. Now, just going quickly through this deck, you're running full bow to do the ride chain. You want Masquerades, hit numbers, Curse Lancer, so you can refund Counterblast. Your domains will just go through your deck really quickly to you know, get your nulls, and then Blaster Dark again for your ride chain. And then your Phantom Blaster Overlord gives some good pressure. Dragon Overlord gives good pressure to it. It has nice Counterblast 2 and retire. You can just kill off intercepts, kill off one of your junk cards that you'll usually have a lot of. You've got these Bob cards to get you just these junk cards, and then you got Dark Dictator, is just the filler grade 3. And basically your only real flex slot is somewhere in the grade 1s, where you might want to run less 8Ks, but 8Ks are important. 8Ks make numbers. 8K plus a 5K is 13, that hits cross ride. 8K plus 9 hits MLB numbers, that's 17. And then 8K plus 13Ks is 21, and it hits other jank deck that's not a cross ride deck. So I think I do like Charon a lot, but if you want to run more filter cards like Iron and Rod, then just chuck that in. Now, how are we gonna build from scratch a Shadow Paladin deck if we're not as lucky? So I've actually tried. It was not easy. But here we go. So grade 1s, you see that nothing much has changed. If you don't have 4, well, grade 0s, there is a change. You're running the Goat, the Creeping Dark Goat, because that's the only other card that just comes out as like a forerunner to give you value. If you're not running the Ride Chain, there's no point running full bow. But yeah, at grade 1, you have your Maclears. If you don't have Maclears, just put in more other cards. You can put in more Pegasus or something else. We'll go to the flowchart soon. But yeah, not much has changed here. A lot of it is very cheap. But here at grade 2, this is where the fun begins. Now, grade 2, we're running 4 Rugos, just because this is the great pleb card that, you know, we all like, 10k vanillas. We're running 4 Blaster Darks. Now, you might be going, why do we want to run 4 Blaster Darks? That's because we're running Donnerschlag. And Donnerschlag requires you to either have a Phantom Blaster Dragon or a Blaster Dark or your Vanguard Circle, or it gets minus 5k. Now, you could not run this. You could run other stuff, but when you look at your grade 2 slots, there is nothing. There is like a triple dark armor that seems pretty bad in my opinion. It's like an 8k, and if you retire a card, it gets 4k. So it becomes 12k, but I'm very adverse to retiring cards just for power. But if you want to run that, that's fine too. But again, it's 8k, I don't like it. We've included one Masquerade here, because otherwise I'd be putting either triple dark armor, I mean, or like a Cray Elemental, because that's just actually how bad your grade 2 slots are. But hopefully when you crack a lot of packs for Shadow Paladin, you'll run across like at least one double R, right? It doesn't have to be Masquerade, it can be Curse Lancer, and you can just put that in that slot, and the more double R's you pull, then that's great. That means you can fill more slots. You can start replacing your Donnerschlags with those cards. And then at the grade 3 slots, it's an easy inclusion. Just max out your Dark Dictators. Bob cars are rare, so hopefully you should get like a lot of them, and it gives you free value. We're running Knight of Purgatory Skullface as like a filler grade 3. If you look at this deck, it doesn't really counterblast much, so you should save enough for like a counterblast 4 and then destroy your opponent. There is another card that's like I think it's Guxian, that is a counterblast 2 plus 4k. You can run that too instead, just to hit numbers. And then lastly, we did put in a Phantom Blaster Dragon. That is because Phantom Blaster Dragon is actually a VP reward. You trade in VP medals, so you can probably at least get one. But basically, you just put whatever slot you want here. There's also like a Dark Metal Dragon. It's just a 10k. It gets 4k on the Vanguard. So if you actually just get nothing, then yeah, that is what you can put in. But apart from that, yes, the grade 2 is gonna absolutely kill you. If you don't have any good, if you didn't pull any double R's at grade 2s or any decent ones, then you're in trouble. But otherwise just put in all the grade 2s in. Even if you don't run blasters, at least Masquerade is like a 9k, and at least you can hopefully pull more Blaster Darks to make that 9k longer. Now let's move on to the flowchart. I'll quickly talk about the triple R priorities and then what other filler cards we can consider. Okay, so here we have the triple R priorities and the grade flowcharts or filler charts kind of thing. So let's go through this first, alright? Let's talk about the triple R priorities. Now, I chose to put the Phantom Blaster Dragon and the Overlord above Nemain. That's not saying Nemain is bad. Nemain is good. If you get Nemain, just chuck her in because you need it. It's just such a good card. It gets you what you need, right? Draws 2 cards, absolutely amazing. But just because Phantom Blaster Dragon and Phantom Blaster Overlord has name consistency, and when you have that blaster in the name, it means your grade 2s become better. When you have Phantom Blaster Dragon, that means you can run Masquerade and you can run Donnerschlag. It means you can like ride a Blasted Dark and then Dragon, and then you've got like 2 turns where your Donnerschlag is actually good. Just keep a note, Donnerschlag does not work with Phantom Blaster Overlord. So if you ride an Overlord, this guy becomes 7k. But then your Masquerade lets you also push early. It becomes like 12, and when boosted, it will just become like 20. So if you have dragons, that means you have 2 more slots active in your grade 2 slot, and that just makes your grade 2s like more worth it, you know, more worth it. Also, when you have that, that means you can start putting in Blaster Javelins. I don't know why the Javelin's a bit see-through, but I guess, yeah. But yeah, once you get your dragons, you can run more Javelins and kind of just confirm your grade 3 ride as well. Overlord is second just because, you know, you want dragons to be first, because you want that cross ride. Overlord has a great effect though, don't get me wrong. Counterblast to retire one and retire one to get to retire one of your opponent's cards. We'll just, you know, let you keep on putting on the pressure, but having the cross ride and having that name consistency, and the fact that, you know, Dragon, yes, you can get it from VP medals, so you can probably more easily get a full set of your triple Rs. And then, yeah, finally Nemain, just because name consistency. If you don't care about name consistency, then just go for Nemains. Sure. Alright, so let's move on to your filler slots. Now, you actually don't have many filler slots, but if you look at the decks I mentioned previously, you don't have nulls, put in more Aryan Rod, put in more Pegasus. Pegasus is nice because the Shadow Paladin deck overall has low power in a way, where like, you know, you have it in a main, Sometimes you're running javelins, that's 6k. So having Pegasus just make one column a bit better can help out more. But if you don't like him, then yeah, chuck an Iron Rod, chuck an Javelin. If you have like 2 dragons already, or even just 1 dragon, and you just want to make sure you always ride that dragon, then the Javelin is fine. The only reason why I discourage you from just chucking in a Javelin immediately is because he's 6k, and without these guys that become fat, like Donnerschlag and Masquerade, you're not going to hit good numbers. You're going to hit 15s, you're going to hit 13s, but when you have these, suddenly hitting 18, and 18 is a really good number because you've got cross rides, right? Cross rides. Grade 2s, you are just boned if you don't get double Rs, okay? You can run, yeah, this guy. He's not good, alright? His retired card plus 4k, hits MLB, cool. Otherwise, you're praying, because your slots, your grade 2s are that bad. That's why I prioritize these 2 cards, these Phantoms, alright? And then lastly, your grade 3 filler is just your Gusion and your Dark Metal Dragon, I think, and they're just basically 10Ks that become 4K somehow. This is Vanguard. Vanguard only gets 4K during your turn, so it becomes 14 against with an 8, becomes 22 and hits numbers. And then yeah, this guy Counterblast 2 on a rearguard circle as well. It'll let you hit 22 with an 8k booster, or it's 21 with a 7k booster. So overall, otherwise you don't have much choice there. Again, you get more choice later on when Gold Paladin releases like Duke, and then you have a lot more cards that you can put in. But right now you don't have much choice, especially the grade 2s. So yeah, try and be lucky. Try and pull your triple Rs. Otherwise, you'll be sticking to Cray Elementals at grade 2s, and I don't know, maybe you can trick people thinking that you're a VP farmer. So overall, let me know if you're excited for Shadow Paladin. I sure am. Although it looks very expensive to build, it does look really, really fun, especially with the buffed stuff that they included in Zero. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you feel about Shadow Paladin coming out, and let me know if you're super hyped for the next set and what you want to see next in this series. So that's it from me. See you guys in the next video. Bye.